Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Narakami. Today we're going to kind of have a follow-up video to my last video on Persona 3 Portable, why it got released instead of Persona 3 FES, and talk about how Persona 3 FES has kind of been HD remastered through a texture patch that you can acquire. We got a lot to discuss. Sit back, relax, let's get it on. Alright, so first off, I know what you're thinking. Well, Atlus hasn't released an official HD remaster of Persona 3 FES, and you're 1000% right. However, there's a group out there that has started the Persona 3 FES HD Overhaul Mod project. It's a very special fan-made project led by MeovvCAT, a good friend of mine, and I've actually reached out to him with some questions about the HD pack, what it entails, how it came about, and why it's a good solution for people that are looking to play Persona 3 FES over P3P. I noticed in my last video how a lot of people were kind of bummed that Atlus decided to port P3P for various reasons, such as, the anime cutscenes being removed, the lack of 3D travel and everything, and the visual novel style. I've reached out to MeovvCAT, and he has provided me some really good information on how to get this mod working, how it came about, and some really interesting stuff. So here's how this is going to work. I've actually emailed MeovvCAT a few questions for an interview. I've enlisted the help of my friend David Castro RPGs to record some lines to ask the questions, and I will be responding to the questions in MeovvCAT's words. Also in the background, as you're watching this video, there is direct gameplay of Persona 3 HD Overhaul Pack running on my Steam Deck, with a party mod installed as well. For those of you that are curious on how it looks and how it runs, with MeovvCAT's permission, I've been able to put this in the video, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get this started. Let's get it on.
So if you want, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm MeovvCAT, lead for Persona 3 FES HD Overhaul Project, game designer and modder specializing in Atlus games including Persona 3 FES, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. Great game.
What exactly does this project entail?
Persona 3 HD is an extensive texture overhaul of Persona 3 FES to have it playable on a modern displays at a high resolution, as high as 2K, through texture replacement capabilities of PCSX2 and Aether SX2. When finished, it will have higher resolution textures for all interface, text, UI, models, and maps. It is aiming to be compatible with, although does not include, a vast amount of other mods created by the community. Here are some common misconceptions about Persona 3 HD. It's not a full remaster of the game in the sense that new features and fixes are found in other mods, which we do have compatibility for. Also in regards to this point, Pixel Gwen of the Community Enhancement Pack has considered the possibility of handing over the mod pack to me and merge it into P3 HD. I'm curious what people think about this. It's not an FES port to the PC version of Portable, and such a thing is almost impossible. It also cannot and will not work on real PS2s. That's like trying to run Crysis 3 on Nintendo DS.
How did it start? How many people worked on it?
Being completely honest, and I guess I can disclose this now since it's already announced, there was buzz that P3P was getting ported over FES since last year, and this was a massive decisive factor in starting the project. I had already started tinkering with texture replacement using a private build of PCSX2 from an Amicitia community, known as the Rexus build, made of course by Rexus, long before these port rumors. And when another previously pulled from GitHub texture replacer got leaked, I got permission from ShrineFox with Tough Love's help to use Rexus, as the developer had been MIA for over a year at this point, for a public release of P3 HD. The initial updates were pushed by myself, but I quickly got the assistance of key people such as Dwytamp, Alan3D, Pixel Gwen, Chris, The Calculator, Wander, and the original P3P HD pack creators. The current credits list for P3 HD, for whichever reason it may be, contributions, testing, or support, is now 28 people long. Anyone is always welcome to submit their own contributions as well if they are capable.
Can you briefly explain exactly how you accomplished this project?
In very simple terms, the process is taking the game's textures directly from console memory using the texture replacement features of PCSX2. Then, using a wide variety of differently trained AI models to clean and upscale different textures. Each upscale is manually checked one by one, and the game has around 8,000 textures. When AI upscaling is insufficient or clearly going to look inferior, usually for the vast majority of UI elements such as text and menus, they are fully redrawn from the ground up and manually in software such as Photoshop. We want to avoid the game looking waifu 2xy as much as possible, so we will always redo anything that looks bad, even if we must do it later on and keep a placeholder. AI upscaling is often criticized as lazy, but this is only really the case if you take the whole game and just dump it into the machine upscaler without any care, as some texture packs I've seen in the past, lol. We always check every texture and mark things that need fixing, even if it takes a while to get back to it.
What makes P3 FES your favorite version of P3?
A lot of people use the tired excuse as it has the answer or it's 3D for preferring FES. While these are important, my reasoning lies in me preferring the FES gameplay experience. I like all the mechanics surrounding tactics, fatigue, equipment variety, and some team members having a mind of their own. It makes the team feel somewhat more alive in other Persona games. P3P's only benefit is the female protagonist route, but the gameplay is arguably inferior. The changes to fatigue felt like a band-aid fix. The addition of party control, although nice, was poorly implemented due to copy-pasted enemy stats and AI from FES making it too easy, and downgraded tactics AI which could have been copy-pasted, but they messed up somehow. Just like in P4G, tactics-controlled party members can't use buffs and are missing a lot of features that FES AI had. You can't even say, just play tactics, because you literally can't.
Where and how can people find this project?
P3 HD is available on Game Banana for Windows, Steam Deck, Android, and Linux. Some people have had success running on Xbox and Mac OS, but we aren't able to test these platforms currently. I've also seen it running on a PS4 through Homebrew Linux, but I don't think it runs very well.
With the release of Persona 3 Portable on modern platforms, do you think that Atlus will ever remaster Persona 3 FES?
No. I think FES is practically abandonware at this point, considering Atlus's decision was just to dump the Persona series on every console known to man. I think it's even less likely than Persona 1 and Persona 2 remasters, being honest. Persona 3 needs a definitive remake more than any other Persona game, so fans can just shut up. Fix the difficulty balancing, maybe by making the usual critique features such as fatigue an element of harder difficulties, add Femsi's path, let the protagonists use different weapons again, give us direct commands, but keep the tactics usable and intelligent. Add Fusion Search and Inheritance and you'll have a definitive experience. You don't need to change much at all, but those who hate the story or the core game will always hate it. I'd love to see some of the tweaks made by modders get adopted by Atlus, because some of them really make the games more fun. They're a Sega subsidiary, so you never know. So everyone, that about covers my interview with MeovvCAT on the Persona 3 FES HD Overhaul Pack. I'd like to thank MeovvCAT for taking the time to answer these questions and allowing me to make a video. I know some of you might be interested in this. If you're not, I'm sure there's a few things that MeovvCAT talked about that might interest you to at least try this once. I'd also like to thank David Cast JRPGs for recording the questions that I asked MeovvCAT, and MeovvCAT as well. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work on the project, you and the entire community that has done this HD Overhaul Pack. It's truly a miracle, and I think it'll suit fans everywhere. This project is available on various platforms, and you can get it on a link down below. I'm going to put the Game Banana link down below so you can install it on Windows, Steam Deck, whatever you want to. There's directions on the website as well. If anyone wants me to make a video on how to actually, implement the mod and everything, if there's enough interest, I wouldn't mind making that in the future, because I know some people might still have some problems with it, especially if you're just new to PCSX2 and you just got here for this mod pack. But anyways, that about does it for the video, guys. I want to thank you all so much for listening. Leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more Atlus content. And also, follow and subscribe to MeovvCAT's content as well. There's a Persona 3 HD Overhaul Pack trailer out there as well. I'm going to put his link in the description as well. And, of course, the Game Banana link is down there as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. King out.